Hello students, in this video we will learn the quadratic equation, right? So quadratic equation means that it has, how are you going to recognize that it is a quadratic equation? So here it's a maximum power, which is x is equals to 2, right? Here this is x is equals to maximum power. There are few examples that you can identify. This is the quadratic equation. The first one is 2x squared plus 7x plus 8, right? The second one is y is equals to 9 minus 3x squared, right? And the third one is x plus 5y squared. And the last one, the last example is y is equals to 7x squared. Okay. These are the examples that you can identify. This question is a quadratic equation. Now, the standard form of quadratic equation is y is equals to ax square, right? Y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form here. So A, B and C, right? A, B and C, this one A, B and C, they are in the form of numbers, and we can say they are constants. Okay. Now the second part of this quadratic equation is quadratic equation is basically divide into three main parts, right? The first part is factorization. Okay, factorization we studied in for paper 1 in your book 2, right? In D2, right? The first is like in chapter 3 and chapter 4 we have learned. The first one, the first part of the factorization is you need to take a common if possible. It's very important that you must know, you must identify the question that you need to take a common. Okay, and then if there are two terms, right, if there are two terms here, so what we need to do, we need to use a formula which is a square minus b square equals a plus b and a minus b. This also we have learned in grade 8. Now if the question have three terms, right, if the two terms, you need to use the identities, right? This is a third identity. Now the second term, second part is that if in the question there are three terms, so you can use the middle term breaking, right? This also you people have learned it. Now the third part is that if the question has four terms, right? If the question has four terms, so you can solve it with the help of group and take common. Okay, this also we have learned in the book 2, 7th edition, chapter 4, right? Now the center one is completing square, right? So the quadratic equation is always in this form. Ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. And there are three parts divided into three parts. First one, already we have discussed about the factorization. Now completing square. It is very, very important. The examiner will not write that this question is based on completing square. You need to check the format of the question, right? You need to memorize the form of the completing square. Uh, 2017, before 2017, the completing square question was not included in paper 2, but after 2017, in each paper, the examiner gives this question, completing square 1, method 1. Okay? So be careful, students, that the first example, if I will solve this, it will give you a little trouble. It will take a time to understand this completing square, but it is not too much difficult, right? So let's see here the format. The format is like y is equals to a x minus b the whole square plus c. right? So here the A, B and C, they are constant, right? And the minus and plus. The center one is the minus, the whole bracket is a minus sign and the plus sign here. So the sign can change, doesn't matter, right? So how are you going to solve? First of all, that you need to memorize this form. Y is equals to A x minus b the whole square plus c. When you will see the question in this format, that you need to identify that this is a completing square, right? Okay, so here the question comes like y is equals to 2 x minus 3 the whole square plus 5. When you see this question, so you can say that this is the completing square question. Now, the second example is 5x plus 8 the whole square minus x. The third example, 3x minus 2. This is the second example. This is the first example. This is the third example. Okay. So these types of the question comes in the paper and you need to identify that these questions are based on completing square, right? Now the third part, already we have done this. This one is quadratic formula, and you know that what is the quadratic formula? X is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac over 2a. We have done this and we have learned this about quadratic formula. So now this today's class is about completing square. How are you going to solve the completing square question? Okay, now this is the question here. It is written here. Express 2x square plus 8x minus 12 in the form of completing square, which is ax plus b the whole square plus c. So I've mentioned here examiner will never use the word completing completed square form. Okay, so it is like they will show you or form a similar for this question. Okay, they're similar to this question here, right? So let's check step number one. Make sure the coefficient is x squared is 1, right? Acha, this is a very important part here, right? Keep this in your mind that the coefficient means base. The base here should be 1 here. Okay, the question is 2x squared plus 8x minus 12. You need to take out a common. The common is 2 here. Okay, so x squared plus 4x. Now you need to leave some space, right? So, and then minus 6, right? You need to leave some space here. Why? Because you need to convert this into the three terms, right? Into three terms you need to convert. This 4 is actually this 4. This 4 is you need to make it into two halves, right? So when we make 4 into two halves, it gives you plus 2. One value you need to write down in addition, in another value you need to write down in subtraction. So 2 to the power square gives you 4, right? And 2 to the power square gives you 4 with the negative sign and the positive sign, right? So you need to make it as a perfect square. And then in the next step, you need to take 1x from this part, right? And 1, 2 from this third part. Then you need to close it into a round figure. The sign also borrowed from with the because this is the all three terms have positive, so you will take here it's positive, right? Now we left with minus 2 the whole square and minus 6. So now we need to simplify. 2 to the power square gives you minus 4 and 6 will come as it is. Now here what we need to do, minus 4 and minus 6 gives you minus 10, right? And then this 2 is basically multiply with the inside the bracket. So when we multiply 2 with the bracket, so though the bracket is already closed now, so we are not going to open the bracket here. So 2 will come here, okay, and this 2 is multiplied with the minus 10, it gives you minus 20, right? Okay, now examiner will ask what is the value of A, or maybe the examiner will ask what is the value of B, or maybe he will ask what is the value of C. So till here it's the answer. Examiner can ask any value like Maybe he will ask A, B, or C. So you need to solve this whole entire question till the end to find out the value for the constant, which is A, B, or C. Okay, students, I hope that you people understood this completed square. In the class, we will do another examples, right? So do practice of these questions, right? Thank you.